Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sakhaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Gurureva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Chinmayam Vyapyat Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Tvameva Sarvam Gurudeva Deva. Which one? The Madhu Brahmana is over, na? We have to do 13th. So, for a contemplative student, is given all these Shruti Vakyas which are emphasizing the fact that Atman is Atma, all that you see outside is also inside. In other words, it is everywhere. Whatever you are seeing is only Brahman. Is emphasized in the various Shruti Vakyas, in Taittiriya Shruti, Madhu Brahmana, etc. are quoted, analyzing the human personality and the koshas. What is like a sheath which contains a sword in it, inside these koshas, what is there is the jiva, and the koshas are the upadhis of the jiva. So, and it is parichinnaha. By these upadhis, the Atman is conditioned, and then you say this is pranamaya kosha, this is annamaya kosha, like that. We have made a division by looking at the seemingly conditioned Atma, Paramatma. Paramatma himself in the Jiva Rupa is inside each Panchakosha, but it is only Parishchinnam. Aparishchinna Brahman is the truth. All these Shrutis say it's Aparishchinnam, not conditioned by time, space or any other objects, is what the Shrutis again and again emphasize. In other words, it is only, again, it is not real. What you are seeing is not real. It is only appearance, we have said. Such a, like a Gadakasha is never born. Jiva is also never born. Again and again, they emphasize that. Why so many verses are... We also get bored reading them. The problem is, even then you are not ready to digest it. We can't accept it. You understand? It was comfortable to think Jiva is different and all problems are Jivas. Now, therein ends all the discussions. But here he put like a bomb he puts. No, Jiva that you think. If you think there is a conditioned Brahman and Unconditioned Brahman, you have made who made the division? You understand? The scholars only, nobody else. But Brahman never said, I am conditioned, I am unconditioned. No. Nowhere it is said. So, this Veda Drishti it is. Oh, he quotes from the Madhu Brahmana also, Veshti, in Veshti and Samashti also, there is no difference in the earth around you, what you see, the Akasha is the same in your stomach as well as in this. It's only saying stomach and all that only to again and again emphasize that what you see inside is also outside. What you see inside is also outside. Or Atman which is inside and what is outside is also nothing but its expression through the Ubadhi. One is Sopadhiga Brahma, the other is Nirubadhiga Brahma. That is all the difference. Brahman is only. So how can we, why do we see the Jiva? Because it is Sopadhiga. Same Brahman expressing through Ubadhis appear to be another different. Veda Buddhi comes. As though it is different. But it is not different. Madhu Brahmana says like that. Panchakosha Vivaranam, all these are only to emphasize. Ultimately, what Gaudapada wants to say is, one thing only is there, you are seeing many. Even if you see two, not the Satyam. Udara mandaram gurude, tasya bhayam bhavati. Udara mandaram, even if you make a little mistake in that understanding, what will happen? Bhayam bhavati. And bhayam bhavati, why say that they say bhayam bhavati? Because Brahman is abhayam, nirbhayam. You understand? So, bhayam bhavati is to tell you, you have become a samsari again. You make a little difference in this understanding. Udara mandaram guru. So, yeah, in the Upanishad talks about it. I mean, the Shruti talks about it. The one, whether it is adhidaivigam or adhyatmigam, the knower, knowing principle is Parabrahmam. See, this is all. We have to go elaborately in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad and all that too. But briefly pointed out here that even in the Madhu Brahmana it is said like that. The only, in every experience, what is there is only Atman, the self, and that is Brahman. Advaya Brahman alone is pointed out in all these Upanishads, is what Gaudapada says here. And what is all this? Dvaita Nishedham. The whole verses are Dvaita Nishedham. Dvaita is only an appearance. Dvaita is not there. There is only Advaita. The Paripurna or Aparichinna Brahman is only one. If you see something else, either your eyes should be tested or your understanding should be tested. They think like that. Jivatmanorananyatvam abedena prashasyade nanatvam nindyate yacha tadevam hi samanjasam. Tadevam hi samanjasam. That alone is nyayam. That alone is right, appropriate. What is appropriate? Jivatmano ananyatvam. Jiva and Atma. Ananyatvam is the aikyam. Aikyam of the Jivatma, Paramatma Ananyatvam abhedena prashasyade. Abhedena means without any difference. Every Shruti points out to the Jiva Brahma Aikyam. Aikyam does not mean two things are there and they are one. Again you will get a misunderstanding. So first of all there are two things, That is what you will say. If you go on thinking, what will happen? Where is the necessity to talk about Aikyam when there are no two? So only serpent is there. So it is, what is Nanatvam is in your drishti, not in Brahman. There is Brahman, let us say, but I am seeing a shadow of Brahman, call it Jiva. And Jiva you give equal status as Brahman, which is ignorance only. You understand? The seeing, who, like you see in the rope, the snake, the rope never said there is a snake. But you are seeing. So your drishti is responsible. That Bheda drishti is in you, not in the rope. In the same way here, Brahman is only one. And even to say that both of them are identical, remember in Kaivalya Upanishad, Tadevatvam, Tameva Tad. Both, why should he emphasize? Tameva Tad, Tadeva Tam. Like that. In other words, there is no, in order to negate that idea that there are two things, he says, only one is there which appears as two for you. All are half-blind people. That is all we can say. And they abhedena prashasyade, they keep on praising this Jiva Brahma Aikyam. In other words, the teaching is like this, that if the student says, I am seeing two, you are saying there is only one, but I am seeing two. Okay? Now the teacher does not say, you are blind and all, not like me. Teacher does not say. Teacher goes for a long time with the student, giving acceptance to the student's understanding. The teacher says, yes, you are right. But look at it this way. You give another viewpoint. If you look at it this way, what do you see? Only one. Shruti Vakyas are for that. There is only one, but immediately it doesn't. No, I am telling you there's only one. Don't talk rubbish. If the teacher says, next day there will be no student also. Teacher will be Egam Advidiyam. Have you understood? That is how it is. Everything, Nanatva Darshanam is condemned. There is no many, there is only one. If you are seeing many, then the teacher says, many, Nanatvam is only in your vision, not in reality. So, Nanatva Darshanam, Nanatvam Nindyate. Is condemned. This is correct only, says Gaudapada here. If Nanatva is condemned, and actually speaking, Jiva and Atma are one and the same thing, not identical. Identical means again you are giving a partial duality to both of them. It is not. But then what they are? Jiva itself is Brahman, Brahman is itself is Jiva. Gadakasha itself is Mahakasha, Mahakasha itself is Gadakasha. That way. No two things are there. The The one itself appears as two. So it is only an appearance, vivartam, every Shruti, Shastra, and great teachers like Vyasa, etc. This Abheda Darshanam of the Jnani is praised by them. Nanatva is condemned. In the Chandogya Upanishad it says, when you see many, Nanatva Darshanam is there, it is Alpam. Your understanding is Alpam. In the Bhuman, in the total vision, Samyak Drishti, there is no Nanatvam. Nanatvam is condemned by everybody. Nado, and also there are many Shruti Vakyas like Dudiyad Vai Bhayam Bhavati. What ma? Prashasyate. Abhedena prashasyate. They praise. Prashasya means praise. Praise Abheda Buddhi, not Bheda Buddhi. Bheda Buddhi gives you Nanatvam. Abheda Buddhi gives you that oneness is your yes. Sarva Bhudastam Atmanam Sarva Bhudani Chatmani. Nanatvam is only a misunderstanding, is what they say. Nanatva Nisheda Shruti Dvidiyad Vai Bhayam Bhavati. If there is a second thing, then you have got Bhayam. Udaramantaram Kurude Nadu Tad Dvidiyamasti. Why it is Bhayam? There is no second. So if you are seeing a second, if I am seeing two moons, even otherwise we get frightened, So, suppose you start seeing everybody else as two, immediately you will rush to the hospital. Or no, something is wrong with the brain. No, brain is affected. That is why don't think everything that is problem for the eye is not necessarily be of the eye. It is something, some growth in the brain usually. Then you see, where one only is there, you see two. It's a disease in the Vyavaharika world. Similarly here, it's a disease. He says, Nadu tadvidiyamasti. There is no second, but you are seeing second means something is wrong. Like that. Idam sarvam yadayam atma. And the teacher again and again says, this atma is only all this. What you see as idam, including the jiva, is that atman. We understood. Now let us go in. What is it? How many times do you say the same thing? The Jnanis have the same opinion. All the Jnanis say the same thing, and all these Shastras say the same thing. There is no difference in opinion among the Jnanis, among the great seers. There is no difference of opinion. Then who is making all this difference is the Kutarkikas. Kutarkikas means those who argumentative people. They only make. And what is the bhalam of that Kutarkis? Their understanding. There is Nanatvam. They appreciate that Nanatvam is the truth and oneness is only an imagination. Exactly. You understand? You are saying oneness. No. All this is Brahman. That is why one God is not sufficient. 33,000 gods we have. accepted. But actually, if you tell Gurudev, he says, no, why 33,000? As many gods as we are. As many people are there, that many gods are there. Each one sees God in a different imagery. Continuing, he says, what? What amma? Jivatmano pradhaktvam yad pragutpatte pragirtidam bhavishyad vritya gaunam tad mukhyatvam hina yujyate. So what about, you are saying that Nanatvam is condemned, but why are they talking about so much about Srishti in the Upanishads, in the way Shruti? So much of is talked about Srishti. If Srishti had never taken place, then why are you talking about it so much? In the Upanishads itself, some 80 or so Srishtivadas are there. The only Upanishad where there is no Srishtivada is Kena Upanishad. You understand? So why are they talking about something which is not there? What is your idea? Why? For and?
Because people think that there is a Srishti.
The Shruti is for everybody. You cannot only talk to the highest Uttamadhikari alone. You understand? There are people, Manda Madhyamadhikaris are there in the lower level and they are seeing. Now, it is the duty of the Shruti to console them first. You understand? First console. Very good question. Have you seen the teachers of Vedanta? Very clever they are. They will say, what a beautiful question. But, they will say. That but is a khandanam of your stand. But you feel very happy. First itself he appreciated. A very intelligent question you asked. Like that they will say. They go with the student for a certain extent and approve of what they have experienced before they condemn it totally. Before they condemn it. So here he says, Jivatmano pradhaktvam yad pragutpatte pragirtidam. That is in the Jagat Srishti, whichever Vakyas in the Shruti talks about it, it only before pragirtidam. So that Bhedam is accepted for a certain period of time. Here he gives a beautiful example. What are you doing now? I am going to cook the rice. If you say, what are you doing? I am making tea. How can you make? You have only boiled the water. I am making tea. If you say, you understand it as what? This in ordinary parlance also we do that. The what is going to happen is pointed out. What is going to happen? What is going to happen? Rice will be cooked and you will have annam. You understand? Similarly, when you say I am making tea, you have not made tea. You are going to. It is in the future. This type of words are there common in our language. Whenever they say, no, today, now I am making a cake. If you say some other word has to be added to it to be exactly the truth. Cake is the end product of your efforts. First itself you have made cake, then what? Oh, there is no need to make. That is only from the bakery cake. You are not baking. Have you understood? In that same way, he is saying, first jivatmano pradak bhavam de prag utpatte pragirtidam. They are Veda Vakyas bhavishyat vritti. It is talking about what is going to happen. Their identity or their oneness is talked about, which will be your experience in the future. In the future. Bhavishyat one. Now he says, no, you are right. Teacher says, you are right. You are seeing two. Then he gives all these vada, all this logic he gives. And then comes to a conclusion, there is no two, it was a misunderstanding, it is a misconception. And comes to the proper understanding, it is an aropam. Jivatvam is superimposed in the Paramatma, and then it is a avidya drishti. Here he writes, they allow that avidya drishti for the manda madhyama adhikaris. So, Purvapachi, don't go on quoting from the Shruti. Shruti is not meant only for you. Shruti is meant for all types of people. In its anukamba, in its compassion, Shruti talks to the entire humanity. It is not a book written only for the Uttama Adhikari. All of them, their freedom to think what they want, but it's your job to remove that ignorance from the people. He says, and also he points out that there are so many Shruti Vakyas which also emphasize oneness. There are so many Shruti Vakyas in the Vedas which emphasize the Bheda Buddhi. So how should I take? Don't go on quoting. There it is said like that. And here you are saying now, Abheda Buddhi. Is it not? What about that? It says all those Veda Vakyas are Gaunam. Gaunam means secondary, not the primary Vakyas. You take the primary Mahavakyas, you will see only Aikyam, Tattvamasi, Ayam Atma, Brahma, such words. And then the roaring of realization, Aham Brahmasmi, Aham, which Aham? This Jiva Aham is not Jiva but Brahman. Those Mahavakyas tell you about the Abheda Buddhi of the true Jnani. What are these Vakyas then? Meant for Gauna. Gauna means at a lower level of understanding. Now it is the duty of the Shastra to bring them up to the higher level. This is what is saying here. Bheda Drishti, what you have is Bheda Drishti before you have got the real knowledge. Real knowledge in Vedanta is called Samyak Drishti. Is it not? Jnani's Drishti is called Samyak Drishti. Samyak understood properly. Samyak Drishti, before Samyak Drishti, what do you have? Veda Drishti. Then suddenly you went to a teacher and teacher went on shouting like this. And then finally, oh, like that, I understood. Then you have Samyak Drishti. So what happens before Prag Utpattehe Pragirtidam Bhavishyat Vritya Gaunam? It is a Gauna Vritti. Gauna means lower lower state is called gaunam. Tan mukhyatvam hi na yujyate. And you giving importance to that gauna vritti is not proper. Na yujyate means it's not proper. It is for a different type of students at a different level of evolution. Veda buddhi is allowed, not correct, it is not correct. He is allowed to hold that for some time. Have you understood this? That is, so when the real jnanam takes place, samyak drishti takes place, he himself will say, what all I used to think before, all rubbish I used to think. Like that. The truth of the matter is, there is only one. How do we know? That is said in very many Shrudis. Ekam advidiyam Brahma. Brahma satyam jagan midhya jivo brahmaiva naparaha. All these are also, in this verse particularly, they are saying there are two types of sadhakas. And the highest, highly evolved sadhaka immediately understands Brahman is not different from anything else that you might see. You are seeing because of the ubadhi sambandham. Because the Atman conditioned by ubadhis, then you see Dvaitam. But when it is not, that sambandham is rejected by argument, by study, by learning from the Shastras, then what you see is only oneness. Tere Brahmamayam. Everything is Brahman. That understanding comes. So, from their point of view, Srishti has been talked about not from the Jnani's point of view, from the Jnani's samyak drishti, there is only abheda drishti, not bheda drishti. You need not go any deeper into this. You just understand if anybody is quoting a Shastra and saying there is bheda drishti here, why you are saying it is abheda? They say he is in a different level of understanding. When a child talks about some scientific principle, it will be at a very low level. But the, great scientist who has studied well, he will talk from a differently, same thing. But to make the child understand, he will come down to the level and talk from his level. Is it not? That is what is Gauna. Not exactly correct, but not incorrect, but not exactly correct. You have to think a little more. Mimamsyameva in Kenopanishad. You have to again meditate on it. Then you will understand there is no bheda, there is no two, there is no many, there is only one. Okay. And there from the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, and again he quotes Mrilloha Vispulingadye Srishtirya Choditanyatha Upaya Sovataraya Nasti Bheda Kadanchana Mrilloha Vispulingadye. By giving 3 examples in the Chandogya Upanishad, the clay and the pot, the gold and Mrilloha. Loha there is gold. Gold and the ornaments and Mrilloha, iron and instruments, Mrilloha Vispulingadye. And what is the Vispulinga? The sparks from the fire. With these 3 examples, Mrilloham, Tipari Loha can be gold or it is not a loha, I want iron. Okay. The iron itself has become many instruments. Knife or what do you call? The woodcutter's axe. And so many other things are made out of iron. Loha. The iron and the instruments that are made by the iron. You understand? Or clay and the pots that are made from the cloth. These three examples are given in the Chandogya Upanishad. Srishti has been talked about in Upanishad. Mriloha Vispulingadye Srishtirya Chodidanyadha. Very many ways Srishti is explained in many places. See, the method of the Shruti has to be first understood. When you are asked a difficult question by the child, what do you do? Physics professor or mathematics professor, and the child asks a question. You either come down to their level and what they are seeing, and from there you start. You cannot start from where you are witnessing. That is why always we give the example of a child who asked, Papa, how does the rain come? Because that is a wonder to the child. Child's intellect cannot understand how rain comes. Who is keeping the rain and sending it down? So yes, and the father who is the professor of physics. So the professor tells a story to the child. Do you know, baby? There is a very rare elephant in the heaven. What elephant? White elephant. And what does it do? Its only job is take waters from the ocean. I mean, there's an element of truth in what they say also, not fully. And take the water from the ocean, and then that elephant, it is very playful today. But that whichever elephant is there has gone amok, I think, now. To so much rain all over the country. Okay, so it will just, like you do, in your foo, like that, and then all water will come out from your toys, like that. This is called rain. And the child grew up, and he also took science in the school, in the college. And when he became a MSc in physics, he said one day, Papa, how you fooled me when I was small. I know that is not the way rain comes. Rain comes because of, what do you call? Evaporation, condensation happened. And then when it became cold, it became rain and came down. Why did you tell me a lie now? Because you won't understand. You understand the truth. You cannot understand at that age, at that level of. So I have to tell you some story like that. Now you understood, and the story is not utterly wrong. It's evaporating and somebody is sitting there and pouring rain. But at that level, the child is satisfied. When in that age he is satisfied. Oh, is it so? Where is the elephant? He will see. So also these students who cannot come up to the level of the teacher. The teacher brings some stories, bring down. If you cannot come down to the level of the student, you are not a teacher at all. See, when we are doing B.Ed and all that, B.Ed, M.Ed and all, they will send us first to the 10th standard. Then they will send us to the first standard. You must teach both with equal facility. Otherwise, you are not a good teacher. If you cannot come down to the level of the first standard child, okay, you are okay for higher classes, but you are useless for the lower classes. Vedantic teacher cannot be like that. So it is. Anuvadam is given. Okay, you hold your views. We will remove that ignorance slowly. He said that Bhavishyat Srishti ya chodidanyatha. You have given so many Srishtivadas. Dvaidam is required until realization. Until Samyak Drishti happens, Dvaidam is required. Upaya Sovataraya. And what for? Why you are saying this Gauna level of knowledge, the lower knowledge? Even in Brahman and also we say Gauna Brahman. You mean Gauna means not really, but you accept that a lower level of evolution in your understanding of Brahman. So he says, Upaya Sovataraya. This is a very beautiful, oft-quoted word. Upayam, this is an upayam. This is a means. For what? Srishti is defined in these ways to drive home. Avataraya. There means to drive home the truth. Nasti bheda kadanjana. At no time there is Veda. That is the truth. To drive home this truth, they accept all types of methods. And so, Avataraya, Upaya, this is an Upayam. This type of description of Dvaida, Prashamsa in the scripture, for Sovataraya, for driving home the truth of Advaita. Dvaida is allowed until you grow out of it. And that is a upaya. Suppose you say, get lost, you will never learn. You are simply, what is a great Edison, who made so many discoveries. Is it not? Pardon? Thomas Alva Edison. So when he was in the school, the teacher said, you are such a dud that I don't want you in my class. So he sent word to the parent and said, your son is a congenital idiot. You take him away from the school. And he grew to become the great scientist of his own time and the author of more than 1,500 inventions. Same way, who knew nothing may be knowing everything. In Shankara's life also, Thotakacharya, Thotaka or Hastamalaka, I don't know. Hastamalaka. He was not knowing anything. He is always washing the clothes of the teacher and cooking for him and doing seva for him. And for so many years have passed by. So one day the discussion was going on and Padmapada, Suresh Rajaya, all great think tanks. So Shankara was describing some very naughty problem in Vedanta. He was going to describe. And he is not starting. So Padmapada asked, what are we waiting for? I am waiting for Hastamalaka. Oh, even if he is there, it is the same. He won't understand anything. He knows only to wash the clothes, etc. Then Shankara asks him a question that Hastamalaka in that poem is highly philosophical. So you don't know what is going inside the student. He was only standing near the door. rice will be cooking or something, and he cannot sit down also. But he has absorbed everything. Yeah. Such is his faith in the teacher, such is his concentration that he had absorbed everything. And these great people did not know half as much. From that poem we have to understand. So then, Sovataraya, if there is knowledge is sleeping in that student, the duty of the Shastra and the teacher is to bring it out to blossom outside. Upaya Sovataraya, to drive home this truth, to emphasize the Jivatma Paramatma Aikyam. Aikyam also only if you are seeing, otherwise there is no Jivatma, Jiva was never born. Then you need not emphasize the Aikyam, because there was never a second thing. Only one thing was there, which was seen as two. So then, like the bamboo folding required when you are building a house. Is it not? What do you call it? Scaffolding. To go up and... Now don't say you went to see your house being built. And what do you see? All bamboo. What type of house you are building? Because you also don't know anything about architecture, let us say. Then what are you building? I have given you so much money for a palatial building and I can see only bamboos. So, the architect and the people who work on it, wait. Is it not? Till we finish your work, you keep quiet. And what will happen? After the work is over, the scaffolding will be removed and the truth of that building shines as it were. Similarly here, it is only till knowledge takes place. Why should there be a skin for the banana? Have you ever thought about it? Even instant banana, why can't you make? Why there should be? Protect the fruit. The fruit will not be there. Otherwise, fruit will be eaten by all types of creatures. And to ripen the fruit, it is necessary. You can't say no because I don't eat the toli, the skin, that it should not be there. In nature, nothing is unnecessary. Till today, the doctor never find out why there should be an appendix in our body. They only know how to cut it out. But why? What is its purpose in the body? They don't know even till today. But nature knows there is a purpose for every little thing that is there in the body. Before, they just pull out the tonsils and throw it away. The tonsils may have a reason to be there. Though I don't know the reason, but it is there. The all-knowing God has... You can't say that God made a manufacturing defect there. But we don't know why it is. That is. Similarly, here he says very beautifully, he says, skin of the banana is useful for the ripening of the fruit, for protection of the fruit. Similarly, this type of thinking, first they have to think that it is Dvaidam, it is Nanatvam is there. Then slowly, the teacher will remove all the misconceptions one by one. So avataraya. To Jiva Brahmaikya Bodham has to be Avataram. Avataram means to bring to light the Jiva Brahma Aikyam is this type of not that you have not accepted it as undiluted truth. No. Little truth is there in what you are saying. But if you want real truth, you have to go still further, higher in your thinking. So avataraya. For that he accepts first the Dvaita Drishti, leads them slowly to the Advaita Prapti is what we have to understand. We'll stop there. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate